Powered by Riverside FM.
With a lot of the topics that are out there, when it comes to JJ McCarthy, you've got people that are really heavily critiquing him with a lot of venom, I guess I could say. And then there are a lot of supporters out there for JJ McCarthy. And I think a lot of the support and the excitement is coming from the Minnesota Viking organization, the Minnesota Viking fans. I know I'm fully supportive of JJ McCarthy. And really, I can't find a Minnesota Vikings content creator that's not at least excited about the possibility of having JJ McCarthy at the helm of this thing, man. So what my question is, when I hear people like Colin Cowherd come on and talk about, what he sees as weaknesses in JJ McCarthy's game, I always go and I try to look at things from other people's perspectives. And so even though I think Colin Cowherd's perspective is weak, and a lot of it is tied into Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings getting rid of Sam Darnold, Colin's professional, man. He's been around this for a long, long time. So I try to see where he's coming from. And so my question to you, UP Nation, is JJ McCarthy getting set up for failure with the Minnesota Vikings? Like, what can derail all of the good things that we're hearing and that we're seeing from JJ McCarthy? And we talked about in the last podcast the difference between having a lack of confidence in JJ McCarthy and concern. And I don't think it's a bad thing that the Minnesota Vikings have concern about JJ McCarthy. You should have concern about anything that you don't have a 100% guarantee about. And JJ McCarthy is essentially a rookie quarterback coming into his first year being QB1. If you don't have any concerns, then you're not doing your due diligence as a head coach. You're not doing your due diligence as a general manager. So I get that. I understand that. But the intriguing question is he getting set up for failure? And let me just go through some things and run through some things, and you guys feel free to put the stuff in the comments because I like all the things that I've been getting lately from UP Nation out there. You guys are smart. You understand the game. Even though we say that we've improved in the trenches, UP Nation, there's going to be a curve in terms of chemistry on that offensive line. Like you can't dispute that. You're putting all these new pieces together, although improved pieces, UP Nation. You're putting a lot of guys together that have to build chemistry. I mean, the importance of timing within the offensive line and the quarterback, man, that is paramount, especially when it comes to like blitz pickups, snap reads, stuff like that. Those are the things that people don't think about. They look at it as just being on the field to play, but there's a lot of pre-read stuff, blitz pickups that you have to be on the same page about. And so if there's one guy on that offensive line that reads things a little bit differently, because again, you got a lot of new pieces, it kind of disrupts the whole thing. And the one thing that I was glad to see in training camp yesterday was Christian Darrisaw was out there performing. And it looks like he's on the road to recovery, but with that injury, we don't know his readiness for game one. So that throws another monkey wrench into this whole system. That may hurt JJ at times, that lack of chemistry up front. Man, his first month of his professional career, we looked at the 5 games, UP Nation. We looked at those 5 games, and I was on record saying that those 5 games for JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings are winnable games. There is a distinct possibility that those guys can go 5-0. I was saying at worst they can go 4-1. But now you got to throw the Aaron Rodgers piece in there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, I'm not on the bandwagon of Aaron Rodgers is washed up. I don't see that. Mike Tomlin seems to make a whole lot of things work. I mean, he hasn't had a loop. Think about this, UP Nation. Like, this is very relevant. Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season in the NFL. So this is a dude that can overcome obstacles and make things work no matter what situation you give him. When you look at the landscape of coaches in the NFL, man, to go that long, 16, 17 years with one team and never have a losing season in the NFL, that's a guy that can get past freaking obstacles, man. And now you're giving him the best quarterback that he's had since Ben Roethlisberger. That move directly affects the Minnesota Vikings for that game. Not saying that it's going to be a loss. I'm just saying the Pittsburgh Steelers are a better team today than they were yesterday without Aaron Rodgers. And then you have the 2 international games overseas, albeit it's against those Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. That's going to affect JJ McCarthy. And then you get towards the middle of the season, and that's just a gauntlet, man, with the Chargers and the Philadelphia Eagles and the Ravens. You kind of get what I'm getting at. Like, no matter how good this young man is, he's got some obstacles that he's just got to try to overcome. And these are things that could possibly derail JJ McCarthy. They didn't keep a Sam Darnold. They didn't go to Tannehill. They didn't go to Flacco. They bring in Sam Howell, and then they sign Brett Rippon. So I think the Minnesota Viking fans kind of feel that pressure. McCarthy doesn't get an opportunity to really ease into this thing, man. He's got to produce. He's got to produce, especially within those first 5 games. I told you how important that is. If he struggles early, fans are going to panic. If he struggles early, the front office may panic. Like, he's got the weight of 14 wins on his shoulders. Like, this is not a rebuilding team. This is not a team that's not very good. This is a win-now team. 14-3 last year. That means expectations are already sky high for JJ McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. As well, they should be. He's been thrown into a playoff-ready roster, UP Nation. And he's going to be without a learning curve. When you have a team that is ready to win now, but the quarterback may not be ready, that's a recipe for frustration. And it's been shown with different NFL teams. Now, I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be all right. I've been on record to say it. But is he being set up? Is he being set up for where if he doesn't do well, that things can come crashing down on him pretty quickly? I'm rooting for JJ. I think he's got the leadership. He's got the mindset. He's got the accuracy. I mean, man, things coming out of training camp right now is a short game. Intermediate game is solid. Dude is solid. He's got a strong arm. He's got a hose for an arm. People are trying to downplay whether or not he has a whip. Man, J.J. McCarthy has a whip. He's got a whip. But let's be honest, like, this thing is not going to be easy for JJ. Can he handle it? Absolutely, yes. I think JJ can handle this thing. But it's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work for JJ. I think he is the next great Minnesota Vikings quarterback. I just wanted to ask the question out there, UP Nation, Skull Nation, Purple Gang, do you think JJ McCarthy is kind of being set up to fail? He's got this ready-made roster ready to go right now, and he's getting pushed back from certain areas of the national media. And he's got a lot of things that he's got to overcome. New offensive line, that chemistry. I do think what helps him is that he's got a legit tight end, and now he's got a supposed running game. That has to play itself out, too, in terms of Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason. but I think that's going to help him because I don't think they're going to be 60-40. I've been on record saying that. I don't think the Minnesota Vikings are going to pass the ball as much as they have done in the past or as much as Kevin O'Connell would like. I just don't think that's going to happen. But what are your thoughts? Do you think right off the bat, JJ McCarthy's going to come in and be box office? Do you think he's going to face a little adversity? If there was ever 5 games that you wanted a quarterback coming in to have, it's the 5 games that's on the Minnesota Vikings schedule to start the season. But he's got a new backfield. He's got a new offensive line that's going to pose some obstacles for JJ McCarthy. Not saying he can't handle it. I'm just throwing it out there. Is he being set up to fail? UP Nation, Minnesota Vikings Nation, Purple Gang, let me know, man. I'm just kind of throwing it out there for talk and debate. I think the kid's going to be box office. I think he's going to be really, really good. That's my take on JJ McCarthy, but I want to hear yours. This has been Unconventional Playbook. Please hit that like and subscribe button, man. It totally helps with the algorithm. I love seeing those likes pop up, and I will continue to put out great content. As always, I like interacting with all of UP Nation, Purple Gang, Skull Nation. And as always, man, I would try to make sure to see you when I see you. Skull.